To go around the course, we're also going to limit it to only having one person on an obstacle at a time, and an obstacle is anything that's between two trees. Okay, so you might have what you think is an obstacle made up of 3 different bits. It's still only one obstacle between the two trees, so one at a time on the obstacles, and a maximum of 2 people on the platforms at any one time. Okay, all good with that? Okay. You all have a purple K-hook. Does everybody can get their K-hook out? So the big metal cable that we're not going to be touching as we go around the course is 12 millimeters in diameter, and you'll see on your K-hook there's a little triangle. You should get your pinky, you should be able to press it down, and you'll create a gap, and that gap is about 8 millimeters. So you want to do the math, it's impossible to get 12 millimeters through an 8 millimeter gap. So once you're on the safety system, your K-hook will stay on that safety wire right until you're back on the ground. It's impossible for you to take it off accidentally. That's why we do the nail nut tight with a spanner, so you can't undo that, and you can't undo that without a special tool that we have in the rescue bag in case we had to let you down before you get to the end. Okay, that's not going to happen because you're all good. Yes? If you quickly have a look at your K-hook, you'll see on one side there's a white QR code, and on the other side there ain't. Whenever we're going onto the safety wire, we always have that white QR code facing down to the ground. And to get our K-hook onto the safety wire, it's very, very simple. It's like a giant needle and thread. The needle is this, and the thread being the wire. Going to go in that big hole, okay? And that's us now onto the safety wire. The stopper is there in case you slip off the ladder or the step that we're using to climb up onto the course. And what we want to make sure is that we put our K-hook on the highest one that we can reach. So our K-hook, we always want it to be on a stopper that's kind of up here at head height or thereabouts. And if we have it a bit lower, it's not doing quite as good a job. Can you imagine if your K-hook's up here and that bit of rope between your harness and the K-hook is nice and tight, you slip off the ladder, you go donk, and you stop, okay? If it's down here, at the same level as your waist, then you've got the full length of that bit of rope to pull before your harness is attached. Right, so really careless, that is I should say, and you have it right down at your feet, then you're going to have the full length of yourself pull before your harness is going to attach. You're not going to come to any drastic harm, but it will hurt. When we get to the brackets, these orange brackets that hold the wire for us onto the trees, you will find that at some of them, not all of them, they'll have this little item here called a shark fin, and that's there to make it easier to open that little triangle to create the gap to get the K-hook across the bracket. And remember, we're always trying to get the bracket from the wire to the wire, okay? So come stand a wee bit closer for me, Tilly. And I'm going to demonstrate, and then it's going to be your turn. So we're going to twist it round to the back, up onto the shark fin, and as the shark fin comes towards the bracket, we're going to then slide the K-hook all the way across. So this bit is our Tarzan swing, and we use this red thing to get our K-hook from the tree-based wire to the swing, and then back onto the tree-based wire again. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to move the K-hook in through this groove here, and slide it into the middle, so that the K-hook is in that big hole in the middle. Get both pins lined up, push, slide. Perfect. Okay, when we've done that, we can now, you'll see we've just created a gap here that we can slide the K-hook through.
Can you not?
I couldn't see because your head.
Yeah, because I got a big head.
Not as big as my arm.
Perfect. And now I want you to slide these two apart, just the opposite you did a second ago. Push them together and slide apart. Perfect. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach this carabiner, which we have a little nickname for, and the nickname for it is the Screamer, okay? And the reason we call it the Screamer is if you forget to put this on, you'll be screaming, okay? So you need your, on your tippy toes here. You're going to clip that in there, and that way means you're nice and tight on the swing, and then there's a nice green rope for your hands to hold on to. Don't actually swing, pretend to swing. Across to the other side, and on the other side you'll get to the big black acroconnect, climb up to that onto the platform, and we do the exact opposite in reverse. Oh, blue, yellow, blue.
So do you connect
Yep,
these two?
connect that side.
Like that.
Hold the other one still with the other hand. Push, slide. Perfect.
Ah.
And now you can slide the K-hook across.
Where is it? Can't find it. Oh.
Once you've got it in there, slide them apart again. Just make sure that one's not stopping you, that's it.
Ta-da.
And then we can undo that so that the next person can get the swing.
Yay!
Okay? So we have got 4 zip lines that we're going to use today. 2 that run to ground and 2 that are tree to tree. Okay, so the first one, just over there, lands just at the base of the other tree. So just like every other obstacle, we always make sure that there's only one person on a zip line at a time. It's even more important than all the other obstacles because you meet somebody else on a zip line, that can be quite an unpleasant experience. So check that the zip line is clear, okay? And we need to know what we're going to do when we land. If we're landing on the ground, we're going to use our feet to dig into the ground and to slow down in the wood chip. And if we're landing on a big platform like the one that's just at the top of those stairs over there, we want to make sure that we know where it is, and when we get our feet on it, we're going to kind of slow ourselves down on that platform and get ourselves stood up and catch our balance, most importantly. If at that point you feel as if you're about to fall over or go back down backwards, you can just grab onto whatever, including the metal wire, just briefly, just to catch your balance, okay? So we're about to go down a zip line. Do you think there's another bit of equipment with the word zip in it that we might use for that? A zip trolley? Yes? Okay, so everyone have a look at the zip trolleys for me. So there's a little silver ring. We're going to pull that down and press open the gate. So that's it, and then all the way over the wire. Perfect. Okay, so that's your zip trolley is on. Your K-hook is going to get a cheeky ride on the back. When you're ready to go down the zip line, what you're going to do is you're going to sit into your harness. Don't actually do this now because you'll end up in the dirt. But what you'll actually do for real is you'll sit down in your harness, you'll feel the harness take your weight, and then you'll whiz to the other end. So we're just going to walk down. To get to the other end, we're going to take the K-hook off the back of the zip trolley. K-hook off. And then you're going to open up that gate. And then lift it off and stow it away again. When you stow your zip trolley away, open up the gate and hang it from the top down, okay? This makes it much easier when you're using it again. Okay, all the way up and onto the shark fin. So they won't all necessarily be completely parallel to the ground. Set. Keep going all the way to the end of the wire. And that's us off.